Detroit, Michigan,
This is the man-beast, Rhino!
He is one of the most unique athletes to ever step inside the sacred grounds of a professional wrestling ring.
I can remember the first time seeing him in ECW and how intense he was.
Tell you, I've never seen such fire from the War Machine.
Gore! 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 In 1994, Rhino began training at the famed Can-Am Wrestling Dojo under Scott D'Amore. From the moment he stepped into the squared circle, he has left an indelible mark and has been captivating audiences with his ferocity and passion.
I've known Rhino since 1999 when he first came to ECW.
My God, look at the size of this man's legs.
So naturally talented.
He became one of the biggest free agent acquisitions for TNA.
I look back at some of my fondest memories in TNA, and a lot of them involved you.
Abyss to his feet! Oh my God!
Rhino could work wherever he wanted. He chose TNA, and he chose to stay.
He chose to come to TNA because he believed in what this company represented, and he believed in what this company was trying to achieve, and he still does to this day.
He's essentially one of the final bosses in TNA. To get to the main event scene or to get to the world title scene, you have to go through Rhino to do it.
He's the blueprint, man. He's the blueprint of what real good pro wrestling is all about.
Hey, Rhino, it's Kurt Angle, and I want to congratulate you on becoming a TNA Hall of Famer.
If there's anyone that deserves it, baby, it's you. Congratulations, my friend.
Congratulations, Rhino. You deserve this so much.
Rhino, congrats, my man, on going into the TNA Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Congratulations again, Rhino, and welcome to the club.
He is the man-beast Rhino, and tonight he will forever be immortalized in the TNA Wrestling Hall of Fame.
In 2014, I inducted Team 3D, and the next night I got 3D'd. In 2022, I inducted Raven, and I got DDT'd on the floor. Whoever invented the phrase, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, I hate you. When anybody ever asks me, what do you want to do if I want to be a professional wrestler? What do I have to do? Or if when I'm watching any compelling television show, I always say there's a couple of things that just hit the mark. It is the who, the what, the when, the how, the why. The who, Detroit's own Rhino, the War Machine. The what, TNA's Hall of Fame 2024. The when, right effing now in Detroit, Michigan. The how, in 1999 when Rhino burst upon the scene, he was everything that a big man should be. Speed, size, violent. He was a machine. The first thing I said when I looked at him, how is a neck fit on a guy's head like that? He was goring people, putting people through tables, and he became the ECW television champion twice, the last ECW heavyweight champion. He moves on to WWE with that same ferocity that he brings in every single match. He became the US champion, a tag team champion, 3-time hardcore champion. He then chose to come to TNA. He became the NWA TNA champion, tag team champion, 2-time Call Your Shot gauntlet winner, And now, most importantly, is the why. The why, or that. The why is because he's been drinking from the fountain of youth because he seriously looks the same. He works the same. That same intensity, that same anger, gore, gore, gore he brings all the time. And everything I say about this man in the ring is the exact opposite how he is in the back. He's willing to help the younger talent. He's willing to do every single thing he can for the match, but most importantly, he loves you guys. If there is ever a person who represents Detroit and Michigan, he wears that with a badge of honor. Every year he tells me, it's the year of the Lions. Well, guess whose year it is for? It's for your Rhino. It is my deep honor to induct my friend into the 2024 TNA Hall of Fame. I need everyone to rise up out of your seats and let's hear it for one of your own that made it right, Rhino!
I don't deserve this because I didn't earn it. We deserve it because we earned this. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the fans all across the world or all around the world and the great fans here in Detroit, because I started here, I was born here, I live here, and God willing, I'll die here and I'll be laid to rest here because this is the greatest state and the greatest city in the whole damn world. And this is my home forever, ever, and ever. Now, I'd really like to get serious for a second here. I'm amazed that we found a suit jacket to fit Tommy Dreamer here. Actually, he said earlier, he goes, Rhino, you look like you should be an usher at the local movie theater wearing that red jacket and the black pants. But you know what? Red's my favorite color, and ladies, blonde's my second favorite color. I gotta be careful. I told Tommy I'd say that joke. My girlfriend's here. She's blonde. So, yeah, that's right. He goes, you know what? Be careful. She puts up with a lot of your crap, so you might want to marry her. I'm not gonna propose today, so don't worry, because I don't have the hardware. Oh, come on. Take my side. This is my night. And plus, I think she'd want a prenup because she's got money and I don't. That's a joke. But anyways, I'd really like to start and say, to thank people. I'd like to thank my family. I mean, without them, I wouldn't be here, obviously. I'd like to thank my brothers, Ron and Jim, and I'd like to thank my daughter. Kiara, I wasn't in your life a lot. I was on the road working. I was sharing my life with the great fans around the world, and she accepted that. And I told her, I go, are you mad at me? And she goes, no, Dad, I love you. And with all my heart, I love you, Kiara Ann. And I miss you every day I'm not with you. I'd like to thank people in the wrestling world like Jim Cornette. He was the first one to ever notice something in me. And he got me a tryout in WWE. And I didn't know that I didn't realize the rings were 20 feet. So he doesn't know this until this day. But I went to go for a splash, but I noticed the guy was too far away, so I did a diving headbutt. I come back, he goes, "Oh my God, that's amazing." 3/4 away across the ring, a guy 300 pounds doing a headbutt. I didn't have the heart to tell him it was supposed to be a splash, but he was too far away. So Jim Cornette, that was supposed to be a splash. But it was very impressive. I'd like to thank guys like Paul Heyman. Without Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman's guidance, I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for guys like Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, Sabu, I learned so much from them. Jerry Lynn, I love you guys all. And then I'd like to thank the WWE family. I know we've got a pay-per-view, we've got time. I'd like to thank so many people. I'd like to thank the WWE family for giving me the opportunity to go and hone my craft there and show you people what I have. I'd like to thank guys like Triple H for never stop believing in me. I'd like to thank guys like Jim Ross and Pat Patterson that always believed in me and my ability and pushing for me to get a second chance. And I'd like to thank guys like Edge, Christian, Joe Legend for always being my friend no matter what. And Tommy Dreamer, you've been there through the highs and the lows, and I love you like a brother for that. I love all you guys like a brother. And I'd like to really take the time out to thank Johnny Swinger. Keep swinging, baby. I love that guy. He makes me laugh every single time. I know I forgot a lot of people, and I apologize. I'd also like to thank Scott D'Amore for training me. I'd like to thank, I got 2 minutes. I'd really like to thank Heath Slater. I only got a minute for this, but please listen. Please listen, and he deserves everything. He's a great human being. And I'll tell you why. Because in that too, and he's a great father and a great husband. But in 2017, my brother Jim, which supported all of us coming up, he was diagnosed with cancer. And he was given a death sentence. He only lived 2.5 months after being diagnosed. And I didn't want to talk about this because of feelings and emotion. And my girlfriend's always asking me, why don't I talk about my feelings? Because of this. Feelings suck. And Rhino don't have feelings because there's a lot of animals back there that would like to take me out. Savages in that locker room. Not the Wild Samoan savages, but savages in that locker room that like to beat me up out here. But I don't like to talk about feelings, but Heath would talk to my brother when we were traveling down the road in the car on the speaker, and my brother, the cancer would go away. And there was life in his voice, and life, and it felt like he had meaning, and the cancer went away. Cancer sucks, and it's terrible. But for a moment in time, he'd always give my brother a little bit of life. And for that, I'm so grateful and indebted to him, not only as a friend, but as a brother. Heath, I love you and your family. And I want to leave you on this. I've always come out here and I worked hard, and what you see is what you got, and I was real. But I always believed in God. I'm not going to take you to church, but I, as a lot of people that have faith, sometimes put God in the closet and only bring him out. And I'm guilty of that. But I've prayed for my family, my friends. I've also prayed for you to get to the building safe and to get home safe. Why? Because I love you and I care about you. And I have to go. But it teaches me, my faith teaches me to be a better person, to leave this planet a little bit better than what I found it. And that's my goal. That's always been my goal. God bless you. I love you. And let's have a hell of a pay-per-view tonight. Detroit City, I love you. This is ours. And gore, gore.